Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Monday, February 16th. Happy President's Day, and this is the Market Ahead Review for the week starting February 17th. Getting into the economic data coming on for tomorrow. We do have a partial government shutdown that happened over the weekend, so I'm not sure how that's really going to impact things. But we have Empire State Manufacturing Index at 7:30 before the market opens. Some red folders with Canada CPI month over month that may impact things a little bit. We'll see how that impacts our markets. Fed inflation expectations tentative before. I'm not sure if that's going to happen after the open. There's no time on that. Housing market index is going to be at 9 o'clock. That's going to be on Tuesday. Wednesday, let's see, Wednesday we have some FOMC minutes. I don't anticipate too much movement there. I doubt anything is going to happen that's going to be too earth-shattering with that. Thursday, we're going to have unemployment claims. Philly Fed manufacturing, there's an orange folder there, so that could do a little something there. And then, let's see, getting into Friday, we should have some kind of data Friday. GDP quarter over quarter, PCE price index month over month, advanced GDP price index quarter over quarter, personal income month over month, flash PMI manufacturing. So there's quite a bit on Friday. New home sales, and then you have some FOMC member Logan speaks at 11:45. So Friday seems to be some impact there, some heavy data there on Friday. So let's get into broader markets. For those of you who are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and then go into the description area for the Discord where there's live trading from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time through the rest of the month. That's going to be for free. So come and join and get it while it's still hot. So I have something new up here right now. Typically, I would just do the ES and the NASDAQ. I've added the SPY and the Qs up there for everybody. So let's just, we're going to fly through this right now. Let's go over the ES. We start with the ES right now. We had, we're just going to be chopping our way through this year. I think we have to get the new Fed chair in place. That's going to be the first hurdle. You're going to have the November elections. That's going to be going up and down. So it's already starting heavy. I'm sure you're all getting text messages right now that you have to come and help your party, and then you're going to have all these just this nonsense that's on TV and the videos. So my best advice to everybody is turn your phones off, enjoy your life, and just don't get too aggravated and just enjoy people around you. But anyways, getting to the ES right now, I would say this level from Friday, if you can get over that 68.97.75, I think it's going to be a nice little speed zone here. Push up into the 50-day SMA that's sitting up here at 69.35. Right where the 20-day SMA is 69.39. I think you'll get some resistance in there. If you do push through that, I think you can push up to this October 2025 monthly high at 7,014, which was the old all-time high. And then you're sitting at the all-time highs at 7,043. And it's also sitting at the midline regressional trend line that I have sitting here from June 2025. If you can get through there, I think you can push through and get us to 7211 on the upside. On the downside, if you lose the 68.14.5 low, which is January 2026 low, I think you come down and test the 67.71.5, which is December of 2025's low. And then you've got February of this year's low sitting at 67.51.5. If you lose that, I think you come back down. I think you're going to get some downside down to 66.39.25, which is August of 2025 monthly high. So that's it on the downside there for the ES. Let's go from the ES. Let's go into the SPY right now. And the SPY, something new that we're covering here, even though I always go over it, I just don't go over it on the channel here. We're below the 50-day SMA. The 50-day SMA is sitting at 687.36. below the 20-day SMA sitting at 6889.15. And so right now it's kind of hovering below the close from Friday. So same thing that we just saw in the ES. I think you have to get above, I would say, at 686.37 in order to push. I'd say, you could push in that 50-day, but I think you would push pretty quickly through that 50-day SMA at 687 up to that 20-day SMA at 689.5. If you push to there, I think you get some resistance at that 689.70, which is October 2025's monthly high. If you can get through there, I think you can push to 691.66. And if you get through there, I think you can get you'll get some resistance up here at this midline regressional trend line that I have here from March of 2023. So now that being said, on the downside, if you look right here, we are respecting this 100-day SMA sitting at 679.21. If you lose that, come down to 677.52. If you lose that, you come down to the February monthly low at 675.79. And if you lose that, I think you'll come down to this December low sitting 671.18. That was set the monthly low from December of 2025. And if you lose that, I think you'll quickly come down to the 667.34, which is September of 2025's high. Let's get over to the NASDAQ. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, hit that bell so you can get future notification. Onto the NASDAQ here, below all the moving day averages here, the 20, the 100, and the 50-day are sitting up. 25, 447.10. 100 is sitting at 25,527.22. And the 50-day moving average is sitting at 25,581.07. You have this low-end regressional trend line here that I have from October of 2025. It's sitting at 25,007 and 11 cents. In order for us to move higher, it's also sitting at January's monthly low at 25,025. So if you get pushed through that low, I think if you push through there tomorrow, you probably get a little resistance there, kind of a break and retest like it did on Friday. But I think if you could push through again and hold above it, I would like that. Push and hold above that. A long entry would be pretty good there. If not, it could possibly reject again, and then you get further downside. If you get the further downside, you could probably test this low from Friday, which is 24,578.75. If you lose that, you come down to this 24,495, which is August of 2025's high. And if you lose that, I think you're going to quickly move down to 24,239.75, which is February, this low of this year. And then if you lose that, you'll come down and you'll test this November of 2025 monthly low, 24,153.50. And then below that, let's just see what we got below that. If you lose that November low, then you've got the next level that I've got for support is July of 2025 at 23,783.5. So that's quite a bit down there. So hopefully we can get a little upside there, get a little support there in the market and push us higher for tomorrow. So lastly, I'm going to cover is the QQQ. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell there so you can get future notification for videos. And like this video by hitting that thumbs up button. Go down in the describe area and join our Discord community for live trading from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. On the Qs here, we have a regressional trend line that we lost here on Friday, and that is sitting here from June of 2025 that I have here. So we came through pretty strong here. However, that did create a nice little speed zone. So I would say if you did get above that, actually we lost that on Thursday. So if you did get above that tomorrow, there is going to be some headwinds up here. So if you do push up into that January of 2020, January of this year's low, 607.5, I expect to get maybe a little resistance there. If you push through there at 608.56, probably get a little more resistance there. But if you can get through that, I think you're going to quickly fill this this speed zone right here, and you could probably move up and probably test, I would say, the high. This high sitting here from February 11th. I like that, actually. And then if you can get through that February 11th high, there's another speed zone here. So I think you could quickly really push higher if we can get some good positive news here. So the first step is to get through this January 2026 monthly low at 607.5, 0.05, and then get through the lower end regressional trend line sitting at 609.44. That's your first level of headwind. If you can get through that, then you push up to that 617.52. If you can get through that 617.52, I don't think anything is stopping you to hit to that 629.21 level with 630-ish, call it. And then if you can get through that level, then you push through the all-time, actually, that was previous all-time highs there. I'm not sure when that was set, but here is the all-time highs, sitting at 643.76. So, everybody's calling for a 15 to 20% correction this year. And I think that, we've had a bull market for the last, we've all had like 20% yields for the last 3 years in a row. So to pull back, 15, 20% would not be unheard of. But that being said, I still think that maybe you get a little upside first before you get that nasty pullback. So hopefully would nice if we do make all-time highs, and then from the all-time highs, then from there it pulls back 15, 20%. I don't want to see a pullback 15, 20% from where we are right now. So that's my thesis on the upside. Now on the downside, if we lose, I would say this February monthly low at 594.76, then I think you come down to 590.36. What is that low there? That is an October monthly low. And then if you lose that, I don't see much support until 583.32, which is August of 2025's monthly high. And then below that, you have 580.74, which is November's monthly low. Below that, you have 574.63, which is July of 2025's high. And then hopefully we don't see anything below that. But if you do, you're looking at 559.54, which is September of last year's low. So, but that being said, I think if you just fan out a little bit, you could just see that. You could just see right now we are just chopping around. We're consolidating right now. We're just trading within a range here. So I don't think that there's anything to get excited about just yet. I don't think any long-term bullish trend has been broken just yet. So anyway, so that being said, trust your levels, and when you're trading in these levels, that's why I have these levels written on here, that while I'm trading in the markets, I know what to do while I'm actually in the trade. So let's get over to Tesla. Before we do that, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that bell so you can get future notification on videos, and hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and go down in the description area so you can join our Discord community for live trading from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time every day. Tesla, we are below a lot of these moving averages here. The 50-day moving average is sitting up at 443.97. And then the 100-day moving average sitting at 439.05. And then I have this point of control that was already filled twice. It was filled on February 11th, and then it came back and it touched this level again. The reason why I'm leaving it here is because it just responded so nicely. You can see right up here, pushed up it, reject that level beautifully. The next day came right up here, almost an identical mirror of the previous day. So I'm leaving that level up there, that if we did push back up in that level again, I think it's going to give you that same kind of resistance initially before you push higher, hopefully. However, we are below the 20-day moving average, which is sitting tomorrow. It'll be sitting at 424.73. We did at the close from Friday, it was sitting at let's just call it 417.11. And again, we are consolidating as well. But I would say if you do lose some of these lower levels here, you got a November of 2021. This is a huge level, 414.5. It's been a major level that we've been talking about. If you lose that level, I think you're going to come down and you're going to test the low from Friday, which is 410.88. Try to test that level. And then if you lose that 410.88, I think you're going to fill this speed zone here. This right here, I'm calling this like a little speed zone area. However, there is a regressional trend line that I have sitting here that I drew since December of 2025. So you could get a little bounce here off of this level at 405.19. But I would not be surprised if you did lose this low 410.88, that you pop all the way down here, this 402.10 level. If you lose the 410 level, I think you're going to quickly come down here to this 394 level, which is the high set back in February, all the way a year ago from now, February of 2025. And if you lose that, then you're going to come back down here. You're going to hit the lower end of this regressional trend line that I drew, and it was from the highs of last year, from December of 2025. and that actually comes right in sitting at 385, which is sitting right at the 200-day moving average. So there's a lot of levels that I have down here that coincide with the market coming down there. You got a November low from last year that's coming down there. You also have some open point of controls. You have an open point of control sitting here from March of, was that last year? Yeah, March of last year, sitting at what is that level there? 365.95. Oh, excuse me, that's September of last year. And then unfortunately below that, you have one sitting, I think it's at 330-ish, yeah, 334.19 from September 4th. That point of control level is sitting open there. So there are some levels that are still open down below, unfortunately. But that being said, we do have some open point of control levels that are open up high here. We have an open point of control from January 5th of this year that's sitting at 455.12. We also have one sitting at 478.46 that's been open since December 26th of 25. So those levels will stay open until they get filled. But so there's a lot of choppiness right now. So I would say just have your trading levels up here, mark down these levels that I have here, and while you're trading, you can monetize with it while the markets are open, and you can see where the price action is. So how we're going to monetize with that, we're going to go over to the options chart. So again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. So for tomorrow, and as I went over a couple weeks back, they have more liquidity now, so there's more expiration dates during the week. So tomorrow I'm going to start out by trading Wednesday's expiration date, which is going to be the 18th. And I'm going to start out with 420 calls. And I'm going to have the expiration date of the 18th of the 415 puts. So those are going to be expiring on Wednesday. So I'm going to have 2 days to play around with these. So that's what I'm going to start with tomorrow. They closed the calls, 420 calls closed at $5.20. And then the 415 puts closed at $5.20. So decent range, decent level on the premium price. However, let's get over to the trade on Friday, because there was a couple days last week where it was very difficult to trade in the morning. And what I mean by that, you see these wicks. When you see these kind of wicks right there, these are like non-directional wicks. These are horrible for trading options. And if you can recognize what kind of day this is going to be early on, so this is the first hour of trading until you really got some decent volume. But even after you had some decent volume, it was still very wicky, throughout the rest of the day. And why is that very difficult to trade, especially on a day that you have 0 days till expiration? What happens is it takes your premium price, and what I mean by the premium price, this price right here. If let's say I'm buying a call and I think that the price is going higher, well, what happens? Let's say I buy a call, and I buy a call right here, and now it's going up, and then boom, it gets wicked down. Well, that premium price can get knocked down on that one wick. It can get knocked down 40, 50 cents just like that in a second. So you have to start recognizing price action. And when you see this kind of price action, that kind of price action tells you that the volume is very thin. And so you have to start recognizing that. And if you can recognize this kind of price action, so I'll tell you, here's the difference, all right? So that was Friday's price action, okay? Thursday's price action, we can go over to Thursday's price action. So Thursday's price action was better. It was more consistent. You had a little wicky at the beginning, but then you got more consistency. Whereas Wednesday, I think it was very similar to Friday. I think Wednesday was very wicky as well. So if you get over to Wednesday, no, actually Wednesday was pretty good. I'm not sure if it was Tuesday. It was one of the other days. Let's take a look and see if it was Tuesday. Tuesday may have been pretty wicky too. Yeah, so Tuesday in the morning too. Same thing. Look at these wicks. These will destroy you, on your options. They take away the theta, which is time decay on your premium, like instantly. They'll wash away 40, 50 cents on your premium right away. So it's something you need to be careful about, especially on 0 days till expiration. But if you are trading, like tomorrow, for example, we're trading the 18th expiration. So you have 2 days. So it won't be that horrible. If your premium does, get whacked really quickly, you'll have time to recover from a bad trade there. So, but anyways, that's what I'm going to start out with tomorrow. And we'll see, as the market moves tomorrow, I could potentially be moving my strike prices as the day moves on. So anyways, again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, go down in the description and join our Discord so you can come and do some live trading with us tomorrow from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody, and I will see everybody tomorrow morning for the pre-market analysis. And if I don't see you there, hopefully we'll see you in the Discord channel. Thanks, everybody. Have a nice night.